have you found any other like oral or dental biohacks that you have noticed that make a profound difference in your health?
Yeah, there's loads. I mean, good friend of mine, Dr. Dominic Nichwitz, Dr. Dome1 on Instagram. He was introduced to me a few years ago. We've become really good friends. And he's the world's leading biological dentist. So the gold standard of dentistry is biological dentistry. Now, a lot of people claim to actually be a biological dentist, but often they just pull out metal fillings and don't even do it particularly well. Traditional dentists still don't believe in biological dentistry yet because they weren't trained on it, but really is the cutting edge. And Dom's book is called It's All in Your Mouth. It's actually a very, very good kind of expose, and goes into extreme detail. It's basically biohacking for the mouth. But the one thing that rang true to me when I first met him was all health starts in the mouth. So, for instance, people that have got brain fog or and have bloating have got potentially digestive issue. And if they've got digestive issue, and say, for instance, they've had antibiotics, they might have candida or something going on in the gut. And then so they try and fix their gut with taking the right gut cleanses or doing this stuff. But the thing is, we have actually 10 times the bacteria in our mouth than we do in the back passage. And if they've got metal fillings, for instance, in their mouth, or they've got not a very good diversity of oral microbiome, but they're working on their gut, their mouth is always going to be topping up their gut with the bad bacteria, and it's never going to be balanced. So really optimizing your oral microbiome is of paramount importance, especially if you're going to be working on your gut or if you've got gut issues going on. So like IBS, IBD, whatever. One of the things that Dom talks about a lot, and actually I do most days, is oil pulling. So coconut oil, teaspoon, 20 minutes in your mouth, in between your teeth, so it goes between the gaps. Really does help balance the oral microbiome. It means if you've got a furry tongue or anything like that, it helps kill off the bacteria, just because coconut oil is so rich in natural antifungals and antibacterials. So that's one thing you can do. If you dare, then you can put a drop of oregano oil or something, but you have to make sure you spit it because it's quite powerful stuff. So really, that's the most basic thing. The other things you can do is, if you have got any metal fillings, obviously get those gone. That is like a big win. It might not be an immediate win like the next day, but over the period of time, you'll notice that you do improve cognitively and immune wise. If you've got any root canal treated teeth, is a dead organ that's been filled. Even though traditional dentists say having root canal treated teeth are safe, from all of the work I've seen and all of the resources and evidence points towards that they're not, regardless, and you should get them out and have a ceramic implant, not metal. Also, if you've had teeth taken out or had your wisdom teeth taken out or have impacted with wisdom teeth, you can have what you call a cavitation in the bone, which is an area of necrosis bone that would need cleaning out. And a lot of people find that after they fix their oral health, then things like gut issues or brain fog and whatnot all reverse, and a lot of autoimmune diseases, some autoimmune diseases do as well. So it's a really big win by optimizing the mouth. And yet most people, if they break a tooth, they get it fixed. If they have pain, they get it taken out or have a root canal treated tooth, and they brush their teeth once or twice a day. That's where most people stop. So, it's a really big area of optimization. I recommend reading the book. It's All in Your Mouth by Dom Nichwitz.
That's an interesting topic, and I'm definitely going to check out that book again, because I keep seeing this topic pop up. And every time I hear this, I go back to thinking of Weston Price, because Weston A. Price was a dentist, and, he's really the founding father of this kind of whole ancestral dietary movement. And, people who don't want to believe in the things that he says, he goes, oh, he was just a dentist. What does he know about health? And basically what he was doing is going around the world and he was examining people's mouths and their oral health, and was directly connecting, their jaw size and their tooth structure to their health. And we're talking like, ancient cultures that, had just become inundated by Western foods. And it's just so interesting that it was a dentist that made us aware of the importance of ancestral living and ancestral health.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think traditional dentists fix pain and fix bites. But they also see a lot of patterns. For instance, Weston A. Price or biological dentists see, why do some people have cavities and other people not? Teeth are bones basically. So why aren't there people's bones healing properly, or why are they weak? And it's often, lack of vitamin D, lack of vitamin K, lack of the minerals, et cetera, et cetera. So when you look at these guys on a cellular level, you'll see that they're actually deficient in these things. Which then, so looking at the mouth tells you what's going on in the rest of the body, because it can tell you there's deficiencies. So, often some of the best inventions are thought about by people that aren't in the industry that their findings come from. And that is because they look at something with a new set of eyes, they see patterns that their bias, someone in the industry's bias wouldn't control them. And then they say, actually, I'm seeing a pattern here. I've got a good example of a friend of mine had been chronically ill for years. This is about 15 years ago. And she was getting weaker and weaker and weaker. It'd take her 2 hours to get ready in the morning. She went from being a vibrant 20-year-old, 25-year-old to, being like an 80-year-old granny. And no one could diagnose her with anything. It was really bad. And then one of her friends that was a vet said, "Have you been tested for Lyme?" And she said, "Yes, I have, but it was shown negative." She said, "Well, let's do a different test, not the traditional doctor's ones." And she showed positive for Lyme and being treated for Lyme, and she's got her life back. The point is a traditional doctor couldn't notice these things in his current bias, whereas a vet from the symptoms noticed it, and now she's got her life back. And that's just one example. So I think the same with Weston A. Price.